In today's video, I'm gonna be showing you how you can edit faster on controller and console. I'm gonna show you how you can reduce input delay so you can edit faster, give you the best settings for editing, and also show you some in-game tips and tricks and some drills that you can do to practice your editing. And if you do all of this, you will definitely become a faster editor. So if you want to edit like me, pay close attention. Alright, so we're gonna start off with the settings, and this is very important. If you have the right settings that reduce input delay, you can edit faster. So first of all, make sure to turn on 120 FPS mode on console. A lot of people ask me, how do you even get 120 FPS? You need a next gen console, that is a PlayStation 5 or the new Xbox consoles, and you need a monitor that supports 120 FPS. I have this monitor right here and it works for me on the PlayStation 5. And 120 FPS is very important if you want to edit fast. This way you have much less input delay and you can edit a lot faster. And also 120 FPS just makes the game way smoother, like it's way easier to play if you have more frames. So make sure to turn on 120 FPS if you can. Also, to reduce input delay, turn off motion blur. Motion blur actually gives you more input delay. Moving on to the game settings, make sure you have the right matchmaking region set to auto or the closest region to you. This way you can have the best connection possible. These 4 building options, make sure you have the first 3 on and the last one on both. Auto confirm edits on both will just confirm your edits for you, so you don't have to confirm every edit, and this makes it way easier to edit fast. I have been using this setting for a long time now and it definitely made me faster. Also, a lot of people forget about the fact that you have to reset builds fast as well, so if you turned on auto confirm edits on both, you should really be resetting builds super fast on controller. That setting I showed you earlier allows you to just reset builds with one click, so I just press L2 after editing and it's super OP. Also, make sure you turn off all the replays because replays give you more input delay, and we want to reduce our input delay so we can edit faster and our game is more responsive. If you have a lot of input delay, you're not going to be able to edit fast. Same goes for gyro options. These are just extra settings that we don't need, so turn off everything here to reduce your input delay. Also, turn off all the keyboard settings if you play on controller because we're not using a keyboard. Moving on, make sure you have build immediately on. This will allow you just to place your builds way faster. Also, make your edit hold time as low as possible. And make sure to turn off vibration. Vibration can just mess with your aim, and aim is very important if you're trying to edit fast. Alright, so for the sensitivity, you need to make sure you have a sensitivity that you are comfortable with. You can copy mine if you want, but aim is actually very important if you want to edit fast. That way you can have good crosshair placement and quick edits. So if you want, you can copy my sensitivity. I turned off all the boosts and I play on linear. And linear is just the best input curve for consistency. A lot of pro players use linear. And I also turned off all the boosts because boosts can just mess with your consistency, and we want to be consistent so we don't miss any edits. That way we can edit faster. And also, make sure you have a good dead zone. You want your dead zone to be as low as possible to the point where you have no stick drift. So mine is at 6% because I have like no stick drift and I feel like 6% is just good for me. You don't want your dead zone to be super high, that way you're gonna be very stiff and you're just not gonna have precise edits. Also, turn off adaptive triggers on the PlayStation 5. This just makes it way harder to edit, so just turn them off. Alright, so for the keybinds, I play right hand claw, so if you want to copy my keybinds and you play claw, you can. I edit with my triangle and I switch mode with my left stick. I reset builds with my L2 button, but if you don't play claw or you don't play paddles, you can edit with your left stick or the touchpad. Those are the best edit binds for non-claw players. But if you play with paddles and you have a pro controller, use one of the paddles for your edit bind. You want to make sure your edit bind is in a comfortable place so you can press it a lot and very fast. So for me it is triangle, but for you it can be left stick, touchpad, or one of the paddles if you play with a pro controller. Now I'm gonna give you some in-game tips and drills that you can practice to make your editing speed faster. For this tutorial I will be using my map. So if you need a map to practice on and just warm up every day, you can use my map. It's literally the perfect 1v1 map. It has custom crosshairs, you can listen to music, it has different speed modes so you can actually practice in slow motion, which is very useful if you want to get better at editing. So if you need a place to try out these settings and these drills, you can use my map. Alright, so first off, to edit faster, you need to get your edit timing down perfectly. And for edit timing, I mean when you press your edit button and you confirm your edit. You need to get this down perfectly so you can literally spam it. This way you can edit faster. And this is just gonna come with time, but if you want to practice it, just put down a cone and just spam it. Tip number 2 is actually get comfortable with different edits. A lot of people have trouble doing the peanut butter edit, and the fastest way just to master all these different edits is just to put down a wall and just spam them. And make sure you practice all kinds of edits. This way you can also practice resetting the wall after an edit, and this is just gonna help you increase your accuracy when you're editing. And with time you're gonna get faster, and this is gonna help you edit fast. Another thing is just get comfortable doing double edits and triple edits. Some people just immediately want to do quadruple edits and all these crazy retakes, but you need to first get comfortable doing just triple edits and double edits. And make sure you learn how to do them on both sides. And if this is too hard for you, just turn on slow mode in my map and you can practice with slow motion. And with slow motion you can practice at slower speeds to really get your edits down. And with slow motion you can practice all kinds of retakes, so when you go back to normal speeds you already know what to do, you just have to do them a little bit faster. So make sure you get used to doing double and triple edits before you start doing something more advanced. Now I'm gonna show you some drills that you can practice every day just to get better at editing. So for the first drill, this is just an easy cone tunnel with a wall. This is just 2 edits, so it's not that hard. So once you get good at that, you can make it a little bit harder by changing directions. This way you're always improving and not just doing the same things over and over again. So to make it harder, go and change directions. And drills like this are a good warm-up and it's also a good practice. For the next drill, this is an easy tunnel with just placing walls and editing them, and this will just help you with crosshair placement. And you can make this harder by also placing down cones. So once you have the first tunnel down, make sure to make it harder so you're always improving. This next drill is gonna be a little bit harder, but it's also very easy. Just place walls all around you and place a cone, and you can just keep editing the cone and the wall and just going straight forward up. This is like a retake, also a tunnel, but this is just good if you want to get your edits and your crosshair placement down. And if you learn these drills perfectly, you can use them when you're building in a retake. They look very flashy and fast, but it's actually not that hard. Alright, this next drill is definitely very hard, but if you get this down, you're officially a fast editor. You just want to get consistent with these drills so you can start using them in retakes. And for the last drill, this is not really a drill, but it's just to go and play every day and warm up in like a free building map or a 1v1 map. This way you can fully focus on your edits and your building. If you just go and play ranked all day, you're not gonna really be focusing on building, you're gonna be focused on the game. But if you spend more time in creative, you're gonna see way more improvement. So if you want to spend your time efficiently and improve as fast as possible, you need to try this map. This is the perfect practice map if you want to improve your mechanics. There are tons of edits you can practice, and this is gonna be the most efficient way to practice your mechanics. When you're playing a real game, you don't really get that many opportunities to do all of these edits, but when you're playing creative, you can just take your mechanics to the next level. So if you want to improve faster, you need to play more creative, especially practice maps. And the last important thing is actually taking these skills into real games and real fights. So when you go play, don't forget about all the drills and all the practice you did in creative. Don't just camp, go and W key people so you can actually improve. Try to be flashy, try to do edits and try to improve. And with time, you will have better mechanics. Alright, that's gonna be it for me this video. I hope this tutorial helped you and you learned something new today. Please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys next time.